You! Get your hand out of your pants.
Please put your tray table up. Put the crack pipe down.
You're the least without sin person I know.
Errol, we are on the air right now.
Oh, I was digging for gold.
Wow! That's what's eating Gilbert Grape, my friends.
Well, listen, call me casual, but I love to take my time.
I don't know where your head ends and this weird turtleneck sweater begins.
Speaking of which, whatever happened to that porn star you were dating?
Oh my God, it's huge.
And now,
It's West.
by Midwest.
Today is Monday, October 14th, 2013. This is episode 36 of West by Midwest. My name is Chuck Ganchorre. I'm broadcasting live from Los Angeles, California.
My name's Aral Gribble. I'm broadcasting live from Lansing, Michigan.
And we have our producer, Rob Hubbard, who's
Broadcasting live from Chelsea, Michigan. 'Cause
Chelsea?
He couldn't get on it. Oh, man. Rob, the intro's the same every week. How are you not ready to say what city you're living in?
Are you?
I gotta let it run out and then switch over. And then today I was like, oh shit, my mouse is on the desk, and we found out that makes all kinds of crazy noises. So I was like, shit, I can't move it.
Awesome. No one cares.
Yeah.
So you can hang out with us on Google+Hangouts, which is where we're hanging out right now. The three of us join forces every week because we don't get to see each other otherwise, and you can be friends with us, hanging out live. If you like our Facebook page, you can find the link every Monday to hang out with us. What's the Facebook page, Chuck?
Facebook.com/WestXMidwest.
Amen.
And then...
Or, once the podcast is up, you can hang out with us on iTunes.
That's right.
Write a review. You just, search for West by Midwest?
Search West X Midwest on iTunes, and you can find our podcast.
This podcast is brought to you by Ed Grabo. He spends more money on dog food than you do on rent. Ed Grabo.
Ed Grabo. What, like a month or what? Because I don't know if he's spending more on dog food than I am in rent here in Los Angeles. Okay, my friend?
No, dude. For real. Have you seen his Facebook page?
No. What are you talking about? I blocked him on Facebook.
The man pays for our podcast, and you blocked him.
I don't have Ed Grabo blocked. What happened? He's just swimming in a pile of dog food, or what's going on?
His dogs eat better than any one of us, anyone I've ever known. He buys like raw ingredients, bags of apples, kale. Not vegan. There's
vegan puppy chow.
No, so he gets but he'll get like prime cuts of beef and pork. And like raw fruits and vegetables, kale and shit. He loves the kale, man. You love kale?
Yeah, I love kale. Does this dog? Is he like is he like a Marmaduke, or what is he? He's just like.
I don't know. I'm still convinced that
fine.
Ed's just eating that himself. I'm still convinced that's just his food, and he calls it dog food because he doesn't want us making fun of the fact that he eats like slop out of a bowl.
No, he eats like The Rock. He's just.
But no,
huge.
he cooks it himself. He cooks his own dog food.
Wow.
From like raw, fresh ingredients. It's
this
bananas.
dog is eating better than us.
Seriously, that dog's gonna live forever. And if it doesn't, he can turn the dog into like a robot, and it'll still live forever. So
that's true. And then the dog will have his own podcast, and it'll be better than ours.
Anybody can have a podcast and be better than ours.
Listen, stick around, listeners. For this week's guests, we have Melissa Kunde and Erin Roberts from the Ann Arbor Brawlstars.
The Brawlstars. We got some roller derby girls on.
Roller derby.
New champions.
Derby.
They're doing their round of media coverage, and they started here with West by Midwest.
That's right, West by Midwest.
Yeah.
We got the first interview, ladies and gentlemen, so you want to stick around.
Exclusive.
The second part of the show. Rob, did you stop eating and listen up? Did you see Errol's show this weekend? It opened, right?
Yeah,
The Woman in Black
opened this week. My horror story up at Williamson Theater, and Rob Hubbard came and saw it on Saturday night.
Right.
Yes, I did.
Okay, Saturday night.
Saturday
How was it?
Night, it was scary.
Oh.
Was it?
Was it
No,
scary?
well, it was
No, he goes,
Or like-
how?
not like not like make you jump out of your seat scary. Although there were a couple of moments where it was for some people because things were happening right in front of their faces.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, and there was a moment that I jumped as well. It was a sound effect.
Really?
yeah,
Can I-
it was applause at the end of the show when he woke up.
What
What the hell? Is it over?
Rob, let me ask you this.
Good show,
Um,
good show.
How were the actors? How was the volume of the actors? Was it a nice?
Awkward and yelly.
Was it loud and?
Yelly.
For the most part, it was a nice, appropriate volume.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I read a review.
There we go with the
about the
review
show.
from Encore, Michigan.
Wait, who reviewed it? Christopher Potter or who?
No,
was the-
Chris Potter. Chris Potter was an old reviewer who used to fall asleep
Potter?
during the show.
Chris Potter's dead.
He ain't dead.
No, he's alive and well. But it wasn't him. It was somebody.
He ain't well. I mean, he's alive, but he
Really?
ain't well. I mean, you know he got fired for selling a bunch of shit on eBay at work.
What?
Yeah, it's a big scandal. Anyway, Chris Potter, he's got narcolepsy. He would fall asleep during shows. He loved me,
right.
though, because he was a fat guy. I'm a fat guy. So he'd be like, Aral Gribble reminds me of myself at that age. And, yeah, so this guy was Michael Margolin, who I've never met, but I'm sure he's a fine gentleman, but he thought we were pitched a little too high.
Oh, really?
He said. That's what it said. You read it, Chuck. You know.
That's right.
But he did say it was an excellent cast, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
No, John Cybert's fantastic. Rob, what was your favorite part?
My favorite part. Well, to be honest, it was the end, so I don't know if I can really.
No,
Say-
don't spoil it.
Oh, no
I can't-
spoilers.
yeah.
Okay. So the surprise at the ending really got you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you wanna stick through intermission.
Yeah. You
Right.
want-
Don't leave halfway through.
Just hang in there, everyone. The payoff is good.
It gets better.
Nice. All right. Well, congratulations on your opening. How long does it run for,
We
Aral?
run through November 3rd, kids.
Excellent.
The perfect way to spend your All Hallows Eve.
And Devil's Night, right? Devil's Night is coming up in Detroit.
Yeah.
Excited, huh?
I'm staying home.
I'm locking myself. It's like the Purge, right? On Devil's
Right.
Night.
One night. You do whatever you
Jeez.
want. It's like the Purge every night in Detroit.
Well, for our listeners, Devil's Night, Aral, it's like a night where people just like vandalism and violence and fires and.
People know what
I haven't
Devil's
been-
Night is.
Well, some of our listeners, some of our nationwide listeners, our
What,
international
some of our
listeners,
like good
might
Christians?
not know.
Oh, our international listeners. Some of our folks from the Philippines.
That's
who,
right. We got a following.
We do have a following. I think Chuck's got like a relative in the Philippines who listens. So that counts.
But yeah, but over the last couple of years in Detroit, it hasn't really been like
No,
that,
it's been
right?
all right. I'm waiting for Lansing to
it's
start
kinda-
blowing up.
Oh, yikes! So you're just
yeah,
gonna.
you know, we're another sort of low income, blue collar city, and you know, people get antsy. They're
Right.
broke. They're mad.
It's almost Halloween. I'm gonna light everything on fire.
Got to
Light
purge.
this car on fire.
I need to purge. Speaking of purging, you went to Yosemite, yeah, for a wedding.
Yes, I was up north in Yosemite National Park. Actually, I wasn't in Yosemite because it's closed.
Closed.
Because of the
Government shut down.
But we were staying at the Evergreen Lodge, a 4-star resort up there, and it was very, very nice. I was so happy to finally get out into nature. Honestly, listen, Aral, it was really nice out there, but we just experienced here up at in Yosemite the California's 3rd largest wildfire.
Yikes.
Yeah,
a few weeks ago, right? Like a
Right,
month ago?
right. So there was a rim fire at Yosemite, and this fire just took out like 400 square miles
Oh,
of
God.
nature. So yeah, it was, like I said, I was so excited to be up there for like just fresh air and
In
nature.
the mountains, right.
No fresh
right.
air out there, my friend. It's like smoky.
It's like
all
the,
the trees.
inside of an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting in there.
Right. It was like these trees are just all black and burnt, and I mean,
Oh.
it's kind of sad, but I did see a bear. I saw a bear on my way up.
Of course you
there.
did, because he's got nowhere to hide.
Right. He's like
He's like,
hello.
bear smoking a cigarette. He's like, hey, Only you can prevent forest fires.
I'm sorry, I started this fire by flicking my cigarette.
Wait. You saw a bear?
I did on my
I
way
was
in.
excited.
How far away was he?
I was following this black bear in my car, and
You sure that wasn't a Sasquatch?
ooh, that's what Rob was wondering. He was all excited that it was fucking blob squatch out there.
Blob
Was
Squatch.
it a bear squatch?
But yeah, no, I was going for my phone to try to get video of this bear. But with the new iOS 7 update, I'm still kind of like fumbling through like the settings and stuff. I didn't know how to set it to video. I didn't have proof of the bear. But the wedding was beautiful, and
Good.
we all hung out, and you know,
Congratulations, Michael Jaworski and
yeah, Roe Jaworski nuptials. It was wonderful to be out there. Congrats.
So,
But I wasn't in New York for New York Comic Con because I was in Yosemite, and
oh yeah, New York Comic Con this weekend. That's exciting.
I saw that Sylvester Stallone was charging $445 per photo at New York's Comic Con.
What? $445.
Would you say that Sylvester Stallone commands $445?
No,
for
especially at Comic
photo?
Con. Like he's not, like you're not. It's not Rocky. It's Comic Con, so it's like
Right.
really Judge Dredd.
I don't know if Sylvester Stallone commands $19.50 of my money, for escape
Seriously.
plan.
Is that something people do? Like they charge money?
I didn't think so. I thought that they were paid to make an appearance,
Absolutely.
and that was it. But no, like they.
Hey, you want me to sign this 8x10 studio photo?
It's gonna cost you $500.
It's going to cost you $395.
Jesus.
Yeah, but there was, in this article I saw a breakdown of kind of the talent that was at New York Comic Con and the prices for like, an autograph ticket or an 8x10 or a photo op, and
Okay.
obviously Sylvester Stallone. Well, not obviously, but Sylvester Stallone was the highest paid one. It was $445.
For some strange reason,
I
Sly
know.
thinks he's worth $1 million. What poor Sylvester Stallone, some kid who's like, someday I'm gonna be a Rocky, and he's like working out in the gym, and he gets
Right.
to New York Comic Con. He's this kid from Jersey. He took the train over. He's got $3 in his pocket, and Sylvester Stallone's like,
$445, please. $500.
no. All right, so who else? What are
Sigourney
some of these
Weaver.
prices?
Sigourney Weaver was there, but it was like half of Sylvester Stallone. It was $200 for a photo op with
I mean,
Sigourney
still that's
Weaver.
expensive, but
It is
Comic Con, you got aliens. She's got a whole,
Yeah, there's a lot. She's got a nice
All right.
following. I don't know if Rocky has a following, right?
It's not
mean,
Rocky. It's
the
Judge Dredd.
The
What other-
Expendables.
The Expendables.
Right,
That's
that's
not
kind
even. But that's not sci-fi either. Like it's not.
Right.
He's not a
That new movie coming
superhero.
out. Does that count?
Yeah.
Escape
right.
Plan. Yeah.
Right,
This
which is-
Friday.
Is that why he
Theaters.
thinks maybe $500 is
I guess.
acceptable?
Anyway,
I
who
don't
else
know.
we got?
It gets worse though. Okay, so we've got and like Errol, you're a huge X-Files fan, am I right?
Sure, absolutely.
David Duchovny was there.
David Duchovny.
David Duchovny was
Red
there.
Shoe Diaries.
Californication. David
Yeah,
Duchovny.
absolutely.
$95 for a photo with David Duchovny.
What?
Right,
All
and-
I mean, okay.
And then Gillian Anderson was there as well. So the both of them were there. Pleasing
She's
the fans.
$95 as well.
No, $60.
Oh God.
Right.
No,
However,
how awkward is that conversation?
No.
Hey, David, haven't seen you in a while. How much you charging? 95. Oh.
Well, well, no, it's crazy because like I also read like on Deadline or something that the X Factor, Simon Cowell, Demi Lovato, that Fox show that's the music voice song show. Have you heard of that, Errol?
The Voice?
No, the X Factor.
Oh, X Factor. Yeah.
Yes. X Factor. Like Simon Cowell, he gets paid like $96 million for the show, right?
Yikes.
Kelly Rowland, who's a new judge on the
Yeah,
show.
she's
this
one of
year,
the new judges. Yeah.
$1 million.
Oh, which is still nothing to sneeze at, but yeah, how do you?
Not at all. Not at
How do
all.
you go to work with that person? And you're like, hey,
Right.
how about you buy lunch today? One every day. Okay, who else we got? Who else? So we got.
Well,
we got
above Gillian Anderson, I don't know, but William Shatner and Patrick
Oh.
Stewart
Absolutely,
Two
William
captains, yeah.
Shatner, right?
2 Star Trek captains were.
So William Shatner is what? How much?
$75.
Okay.
Both of them. And then
Well,
Patrick
yeah.
Stewart was there.
Well, it's got to be, yeah. I mean, you can't, like, Patrick Stewart can't ask for more. You can't be like, what's up, Next Generation? You want more? Like,
Wait, well, what Patrick Stewart's he's Professor X, so he's kind of. I mean, that's comic book.
well-
What's William Shatner? He's not.
William Shatner's fucking T.J. Hooker. So. God.
William Shatner. Hey man, Boston Legal.
Boston
all right,
Legal.
I got Boston Legal DVDs. I want to get signed. Oh man, but.
What was that show that he had where it was like helping Rescue 911?
Yeah, right after America's Most Wanted was Rescue 911.
Rescue 911, William Shatner.
Oh my God.
There you go. I paid good
Jeez.
money.
Paid
So anybody else
$75.
that we know?
Well, that's. I mean, it keeps getting lower. There's some people I've never heard of.
Yeah, because I can't
but
afford any of those. I'm on a budget. Who can I get a sign? I gotta get a
you might be able to get an autographed photo opportunity with Andrew McCarthy, my friend.
picture. What?
$40.
The guy from Weekend at Bernie's?
From Weekend, I would pay $50 to get a photo op with Bernie over Andrew McCarthy. Okay.
$40. Like, hey. No, but he's got like a new show coming out, right? Or he's like
He does?
Yeah, doesn't he play like a serial killer or something?
In real life, maybe. I
Well,
don't
yeah,
know.
he plays a fucking cracked out serial killer in real life. No, it's like it's a
Not
TV
that.
show. It's a new TV show. Am I wrong about this, Rob?
I have no idea. I don't know about a new Andrew McCarthy TV vehicle.
I don't know. Weekend at Bernie's 4. Everybody's dying.
Everyone's dead. Jonathan Silverman's dead.
Oh man. Well, money well spent getting that Andrew McCarthy.
That's right.
So, a Michigan teenager who was found naked in a strange house on Friday allegedly had a pretty trippy explanation for his antics. He was high on LSD.
Oh shit. Oh, is this a recent story or was this like
Yeah, absolutely.
me and Rob circa
No,
1997?
Yeah, this isn't. We're not like rehashing your stories. Although this does remind me quite a lot of our friend Ed Grabo.
Okay.
So
I was
his
gonna
name-
say that it sounds like an Ed Grabo story.
Right.
Yeah. So his name's Jason Alexander Fornwall, 17 years old, this poor kid, of Novi, Michigan. He left a party in South Lyon, Chuck, where you used to work, yeah? Oh, no. I used to work. I don't know. Anyway, around 1:30 a.m. And then he wandered down the road to a different home. There he allegedly removed his clothing, cut a screen, and let himself into the house. And he then found his way into the homeowner's bedroom, at which point he was tackled to the ground, held down at gunpoint till the police arrived. Fornwell was arrested and charged with home invasion. Cops say he blamed his behavior on a bad hit of acid.
God, I'm so happy that we didn't have like bad trips in college. I mean, like, what? I mean, like, there'd be like you'd get sick or whatever, but nothing like I didn't crawl through a doggy door to some guy's house.
Oh no, that's
take my
true.
clothes off and start
Right,
masturbating in
right.
his bedroom.
I was smart enough to have friends around me that would take care of me when I was like, the fucking aliens are trying to suck my brain out of my butt. They'd be like, all right, Errol, cool. That sounds fun. Let's go inside.
Why don't you sit down?
Why don't you sit down and look at the
Have
pretty
some
pictures on the
water.
TV screen for a while? Yeah.
Yikes! What I mean, so what story? I mean, because there had to have been so many.
No,
Ed
don't you
Grabo
remember Ed
situations.
Grabo? I don't know if he was just drunk or whatever, but he broke into someone's house and passed out on their couch.
Oh,
I don't know if he broke in. He just walked in.
no,
and
he walked in.
That's
with
what
his
it's
house.
called.
They
That's
were
what it's
watching
called,
TV.
Rob. When you walk into a house that's not your own, that's called breaking and entering.
Well, but he didn't like bust open the door and rip off the siding or anything. He
You don't
walked
know
in-
that kid is
No, no,
super
no.
strong. He could easily turn a handle of a locked door and it would just open like butter.
He does have the ability to do that, but Rob, yeah, the story goes he walked into a house. There were a bunch of people that were sitting there drinking, right?
They're watching TV or something.
Watching TV, yeah, hanging
out.
Fornwell says, "Oh, thank God, I made it," and then he passes out right there.
And he just fell face forward onto like the floor, passed out right then and there. And they were like, these kids were like, that was awesome. Just let him sleep it off, and then he just like woke up the next morning and left the house.
That's so.
So
cool.
they made him clean up a little bit.
Oh, they did.
Well, sure. And you know what? Knowing Ed, he's a gentleman. He probably cleaned up.
He sure
anyway.
did. Yeah. As
he was
horrible as he
always
felt.
that guy. Yeah, he would get crazy, rip roaring drunk, and then wake up the next morning before anybody else and start cleaning. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah, dude, that's a good guy.
No,
Oh,
but Errol,
thank God I made it.
Errol, didn't you have a friend that had a bad acid trip at the Matrix?
Oh, my friend Charlie Jett.
Oh, yeah.
Man. He
That
thought
movie
it
will
was.
fuck you up.
Yeah, fuck you
He
up.
took like 10 hits of acid, right?
No,
No?
he didn't take 10 hits. I mean, not that, like, we're not condoning the use of LSD, first of all, but it's not like he pulled a fucking,
Jason
Fear and
Alexander
Loathing.
Cornwall, yeah.
Right. He just had a couple hits and went and saw it, freaked out, and thought he was in the Matrix and kept picking up phones and calling 911. Eventually, they came and picked him up.
He started practicing kung fu on the mall security guard and was just...
Yeah. Like, what's up, bullet time? You don't have it. You don't have it.
They're like, what is that guy doing? Oh, I think he's on acid.
Yeah,
Yikes.
so, and he did not. He was another person who was partying with some assholes, didn't have good people around him. He was like with his fraternity brothers.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Well, see you later, fucker."
Right.
And so he was like left to his own devices, running around. And it was like 2 days later when he finally like they came and got him in his like room in the fraternity, and they were like, "Okay, pal."
Dang.
And he spent like the weekend in the like hospital, crazy ward. Yeah, he got out and was like, "I now know I'm not crazy because I seen it."
Whoa, we just went totally dark with this story.
Yeah,
my good friend, Charlie Jett, wound up
And I haven't heard from him since.
the fucking psych ward after taking 10 hits of bad acid. He had a fucking lobotomy.
But he's doing fine. He's doing fine. He's good. He teaches children now. So.
Rob, you're an optometrist, right? You practice optometry?
Yeah.
I am an optician.
You're not.
What's that?
What's the difference?
Well, I sell eyeglasses and recommend the proper lenses and sell contacts too.
So you're the guy who cleans my glasses when I come in.
You're
Yeah,
like
and make adjustments. Actually, that's my favorite part of the job is adjusting glasses for people.
Cleaning glasses. So you're a cashier
Adjusting
though.
them. I don't like
You-
cleaning.
You're the guy who checks me out.
Will you clean my contact lenses?
Right. Typically, there's a desk worker that actually checks you out if.
Oh,
You're
Rob's
getting
one
in.
step up from the desk worker. Anyway.
Okay, wait. So the optometrist is the person that can actually give
That's-
you your prescription lenses.
Yes.
Like that's the
Yes.
person. I have perfect vision, so I do know what you guys have to deal with.
You should
Listen to this
Oh,
guy.
You should
I
still go.
actually have
and-
like 20/30 vision.
You should still go and see the doctor once in a while because they might be able to detect issues that you might have in your eyes.
Sounds
It's like going to get a physical for your eyes.
Sounds like a scam. Sounds
And
like
when
they're
you-
trying to scam you.
So no, but if something goes undetected for a while, you could lose your eyes, and that's one of the worst things you could think of to lose on your body.
Yes,
Well,
that
losing
is
my
for sure.
Penis would be worse. I think. Well, not really. I don't really use it much. So.
Well, there was a Michigan optometrist that tests his female's patient's vision by masturbating.
Oh, speaking
Rob.
of optometrists and penises.
That's how I do it. Just kidding.
I'm sorry. Did you say that's how I do it?
Yeah. And then I said, just kidding.
Just kidding. This story was about Rob Hubbard. A Michigan optometrist was charged Monday with indecent exposure after allegedly forcing a female patient to watch him masturbate.
Oh my God.
According to the Oakland County Sheriff's Office, Dr. Robert Emmett Deck III.
Robert Hubbard the first. Robert Emmett Deck the third.
Robert Emmett Deck III of Oxford Township fit a 33-year-old woman with new contacts and then asked her to come into his personal office. When she stepped into his office, she suspected something was not right and pulled out her iPhone. Once he began masturbating, she was able to record audio of the August 13th incident.
Do we have that audio here?
Unfortunately, we do not have the audio.
If,
could you
our
just
listeners,
go-
we'll do a quick reenactment of the.
Miss,
Hi,
could-
Stacy, come on in. Great.
Hey, thanks.
Okay, so if you just look at the chart
Could you go ahead and read this?
real quick, and
Keep your eyes on the chart.
Keep looking at the chart.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me. Just the E. Just read the top line. Read it. Read the top line. This is horrible. This is the grossest. We have classy guests on, and every time I make it gross.
Oh man, yeah, but she was smart. She took the technology that we have every day on
busted,
us.
Right? You can't do it to get a black bear.
Yeah, I couldn't get. Yeah, I couldn't even get a black bear. And this lady had it. So yeah, he was booked on indecent exposure, arrested. I just thought it was funny that they accompanied by the in the article was like the commercial, like the local commercial for his practice.
Does it show him with like his hand down his pants? Like, I'm Dr. Robert Emmerich Deck III.
Let me just get your contacts out of here. Yeah, and his tagline is modern eye care, old-fashioned caring. That's old-fashioned, all right. Jesus.
Oh. We take care of you just like that creepy uncle used to at birthday parties. So a drunk driver ignores a traffic stop to finish his Big Mac.
What?
Yeah, man, sometimes...
It's not that good.
Sometimes you just gotta have it. An Ohio man who was apparently intoxicated and in the thrall of a late-night Big Mac attack reportedly led officers in a car chase September 28th after blowing through a police checkpoint. His name was Randall Miller. He eventually surrendered, and when he did, he admitted to officers that he had had 10 to 15 beers.
Yikes, that's a lot.
Is it?
Isn't it?
Yeah, no, it totally is.
Amateurs.
It's so horrible. So the booze-soaked Miller apologized to the officer that pulled him over, saying he was, quote, too drunk and he just wanted to eat his Big Mac before he stopped.
I want to eat my Big Mac before I stopped.
Miller was arrested on charges including drunk driving and fleeing an officer. Police say his blood alcohol measured at more than 3 times the legal limit when he was taken into custody.
What was his cholesterol?
Yeah, right?
Cholesterol limit.
That guy was loving it. That's the stupidest joke ever. Oh man.
God, man. You know me. I love McDonald's. I've loved McDonald's all my life.
You love McDonald's enough to run from
not
the
enough
cops
to get arrested. Get a DUI. Wow. You remember Lethal Weapon 2, Aral Gribble?
I sure do. Yeah.
Riggs and Murtaugh.
Shit.
Shit. An exploding toilet sends Brooklyn man to the hospital.
The exploding toilet, right.
An exploding toilet. God, this is scary. The water in the victim's building had been turned off earlier in the day, and when he went to try the handle, he just wanted to see if it had been turned back on. Unfortunately, it had, and it caused an explosion that sent pieces of porcelain shrapnel into Pierre's head, arms, and legs.
Oh, God.
This
in
guy,
his head.
He had to have like 30 stitches, and you see pictures in the article that are just like his arm. He looks like Frankenstein for real.
Oh.
So this is something that we fear. I thought that the story was like he was sitting on the toilet and someone, put a stick of dynamite or some shit in his toilet and blew
it's like
up.
Lethal Weapon. Yeah, you're like, don't stand up or you're going to blow up.
Right, but maintenance was, they had shut his water off for a moment, and then he was just like, let's see what's going on here. When the water was turned back on, the pressure caused a burst of air that came up through the pipe, the building's co-op lawyer, Teresa Rex, said to the New York Daily News. It was totally unexpected. We're looking into whether this was preventable or a one-time fluke. So, yeah,
So it was just like it was an air pocket.
Yeah, it's not something that'll like...
If you get air in your pipes, it can explode your toilet?
Blow your toilet up in your face!
Oh my God, dude.
God, he's lucky he didn't get any porcelain shrapnel, cut his dick off.
Oh, why'd you have to go there? Yeah, because think about it. What if it hadn't been testing it? What if he was seriously like, oh, looks okay. Yeah. Sit down, flush before I stand up.
Boom! Fucking toilet in your ass.
Crapnel in your face.
Crapnel! Rob Hubbard!
He's been thinking about that for like 5 minutes. I love it.
Man, but Pierre, the
worst
victim.
joke of the week goes to Rob Hubbard.
Pierre, the victim, said he's scared, Errol, and wouldn't you be? Like,
I'm scared right
he's
now.
scared
yeah,
to even
absolutely.
go. Yeah, I can't stop thinking about it every time I look at the bowl. He says.
Sure.
He also now flushes his toilet by leaving the bathroom and tugging on a rope that he's tied to the handle.
I mean, if I had 30 stitches, if I had toilet shrapnel in my head, I would do the same thing. Like, I would train a dog to go in there and be like, just flush my toilet.
I would shit in a box and just throw it out the window.
I'd have buckets around the house, just empty them once a day.
Yeah, and so Pierre is added that he's just grateful that he wasn't sitting down on the toilet when he pulled the handle.
See? Obviously.
Jesus.
Pierre,
Christ.
our thoughts are with you.
It gets
Pierre's
better.
first name? What's his I don't even know his name.
I don't know. I didn't put his first down. I didn't put his first name down in the notes.
Mr. Pierre, we West by Midwest salutes you.
We don't know your first name, nor do we give a shit. But sorry about the
watch
fucking
out
toilet.
when you give a shit, because it's going to explode.
It might blow up in your face again.
Let's literally get this podcast out of the toilet. Can we?
Please.
Please get this podcast out of the toilet.
Yes.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we mentioned earlier, we are bringing on two fantastic guests live and in the house from the Ann Arbor Brawlstars. We have Melissa Kunde and Erin Roberts. Hey, ladies.
Hey. Thank you. They are from the champion roller derby team, the Ann Arbor Brawlstars. Congratulations, ladies. That's awesome.
Yeah. So last night you actually won the championship.
Yeah, this is true.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
So, you are winners of the Mitten Kitten Championship.
Yes.
And what does that mean exactly? Like, how many teams and what's the?
I can't remember the amount of teams. Like 8 teams were there this weekend.
Oh wow.
And so it was Division 1. So out of all of the Division 1 teams, we are the highest ranked now. So we're state
Nice.
Awesome.
Congrats. Who did you guys beat out for the championship?
Lansing Derby Vixens. Yeah.
Ooh, Lansing.
Derby
Oh,
Vixens, which
Carol.
it's, that's my team.
Oh.
So I got a little angry, but what are you gonna
Maybe
do?
next year. Congrats, ladies. That's so awesome.
Thank you.
Well, before we go any further, what are your roller derby names?
Right, because everybody has fun.
Yeah.
Second cooler derby names that you go by professionally. So Melissa, what's your derby name?
J.S. Block.
J.S. Block. And what's
Block
the
your
J.S.
ass.
stand for?
So it's like Johann Sebastian Bach.
Yes.
I get it. Because she's into music.
Yeah.
But she will
And Erin,
block
what's
your
your-
ass.
what's yours? She will Sebastian block your ass.
And Erin, what's your name?
Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
Political and badass. I love it.
Nice, ladies.
That is awesome. Cool. So, we know very little about the game of roller derby, except
tell
we're
us
huge
about it.
fans. We did
boy.
have a musician from Colorado on a couple months ago she had a music video where she used roller derby girls in the music video. And ever since then, Chuck and I are like the biggest roller derby
So
fans
cool.
in the world.
The roller derby's huge.
Wait,
But we
have either
still
of you
don't
been to
know.
a bout?
No.
No.
Apparently we're not the
huge
biggest
roller
fans
derby
in the world.
fans
We're
then.
such big roller.
Well, Chuck and I don't leave our apartments. That's why we do the
Yeah,
podcast
I'm-
like this.
Sure.
We're the biggest shut-in roller derby fans of the world.
Breakfast is.
Well, you can watch it online at wiftatv.net.
Oh,
Hey,
sweet.
see that
Yeah.
live stream?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, we actually were streamed this weekend.
Yeah,
too.
we were live streamed this weekend as well.
Man.
Did you guys watch us?
On the viewers.
Say that again. Where you can see it online?
WFTDA.net. Or, it's wiftatv.net.
Nice.
WFTDA-TV.net.
Yes,
Yes.
WFTD. Just think all those-
Awesome. So explain a little bit how the roller derby goes down.
Well,
There are
I mean,
10
because,
players on the track.
How many?
10
10.
at a time.
Okay.
Okay.
Half of them are from each team. 2 of them can score points, 1 from each team.
Yep.
Everyone else is either trying to assist or kick somebody's ass.
Right.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So it's a game of brawn, speed, agility, and cunning.
Think of it as I think someone described it as bowling, chess, hockey, and football all together in one.
Wow. Well, so how do you score points in roller derby?
The 2 people that are allowed to score points, they're called jammers, and they're identified by a star on their helmet. They are the only 2 that are allowed to score points, and you have to pass the person the opposing team's hips. So for each person the opposing team's hips that you pass, you can score points. So you can score anywhere from 1 to 5 points.
Nice.
So you score points by kicking somebody else's ass.
Yes. Well, the jammer does.
Yeah.
The jammer does. Everybody else just kicks everybody else's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The blocker's goal is to keep the opposing jammer from scoring points by any means necessary.
Wow.
Nice. And that's what you do. That's what you do, Melissa. That's your.
I jammed a lot this weekend,
You did?
actually.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. She's all over. That's awesome.
I don't know when that developed. But
Sweet. And then in terms of like the physical, like kicking ass, if you will, like what can you do? I mean, can you just like?
Oh yeah, what's off limits?
You just take you can like hit him with a baseball bat, or what do you're just like?
It's not like Compton or anything. You can't just like pull out a razor blade from beneath your tongue.
Sure.
You don't have assault rifles.
No weapons. All right.
No weapons.
First rule.
Well, no, like there's legal target zones, so you can hit anywhere from the shoulder to the elbow. You can't push anybody with your forearm. You can hit from all of like the inside of your or the outside of your body from your hip, like from your hip up to the side of your shoulder. You can hit him with your chest, but you can't hit him in the back.
Okay,
yeah, the only place you really can't hit is the spine, below the knee, and the head.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, but you can't like punch somebody either.
Right.
There are legal hitting zones and legal target zones.
Right.
So
there's no punching or kicking. It's just
no.
No.
God, no.
Well, there is sometimes, but that doesn't mean it's legal.
It's totally an accident if it is.
Yeah.
Or somebody
I'm
being
sure.
a dick.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
But there are referees that are
Yes,
monitoring.
yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And keeping score.
Mhm.
Awesome. Errol, I think we could join a roller derby team, right? I think we're at this point.
They do have men's roller derby now, so yeah, you could.
I would
We
probably
would
have to
be
join a ladies
horrible.
roller derby league.
I don't think they'd let you.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, even though they would be better than you and would easily kick
Exactly.
your ass,
Destroy
still
me.
couldn't join a ladies' league.
Yeah, you'd definitely be a big target.
Yeah. And I'd be a big target, but I wouldn't be moving very fast.
We play co-ed scrimmages sometimes.
Yeah.
That's a little weird.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Because men play very differently.
Yeah, they do. They don't hit with their hips, they hit with their shoulders.
And they're
so
not
it's kind
strategic at all. They're
No.
like, how hard can I hit this person?
of, you're like,
Whoa.
Yeah.
So you say men hit with their shoulders as opposed to their hips?
Yeah, I mean, there's
No,
not...
it's like gender, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like that's so funny.
Well, men are more, I guess, top heavy. They're more
Top heavy,
comfortable
yeah,
with their shoulders, and women are used to moving their hips, I guess.
Exactly.
Childbirthing hips.
I don't know.
Right.
I can move my hips pretty well.
You
Can you
these
twerk?
These hips don't lie.
Can you twerk?
twerk like you wouldn't believe. Just give me a foam finger and I'm on it.
Yeah, so actually the best hits are when you can get somebody like in their the middle of their thigh with your hip and just like lift them up and throw them.
Oh,
Whoa, that's awesome.
And one of our players, Fracture Mechanics, does it all the time. She like grabs somebody and throws them to the floor with her hip. I don't know.
It looks like she's tripping them, but honestly, it's like she'll grab them and they'll be airborne and just spinning through the air, and you're like, oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
And you're like, oh, she just hurt that girl's feelings so bad.
You mad? You mad, girl. You mad.
How
You
quick?
mad?
That's so crazy. How often do players like sustain injuries during like a season? Like, is it like people break their arms and stuff? Like
The most common injury is a broken ankle, actually, because you think
Holy
about it, you
cow.
have an extra 10 pounds, 8 to 10 pounds on your foot that you're not used to having.
Ugh.
So that's the most common thing, and it's usually in people who don't cross train or don't try to be stronger athletes.
you
Because
see, Errol?
those muscles aren't used to it.
You got to
Yeah.
cross train with some yoga, some spinning.
Yeah.
All right, spinning. I like it.
Or we've seen a bunch of spiral fractures too. So like
Yeah.
when your foot stays in the same spot and then your
Oh.
body rotates,
No.
then your leg just goes and breaks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I think
that's
I've
gross.
seen one broken arm, and that was a friend of mine. It was literally an impact injury. Her arm slammed on the ground so hard that she just had hairline fractures go all up her arm.
Oh my god.
But
Shit.
also the most common one is concussions.
I broke my nose.
Yeah, black.
Oh, you did?
nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was really gross.
Yeah.
Did that set you back a couple of games, or what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Toilet paper up in the nostril. She's ready to go. So
Get a
this
couple
is.
of
I mean, this
tampons,
can be
it's
a very quite a dangerous sport. How did you two get into this?
Yeah.
I actually used to ride horses, and my horse broke my ankle right before I started derby. It was the day I got my walking boot off. I joined roller derby.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Broken ankles. You walked right in.
She's
Yeah.
like, I found out this other cool way to break ankles.
Yeah.
And my cousin was the fundraising head, and she was like, "You can borrow my skates. Just try it. You might really like it." And I was like, "There's no fucking way," because I never saw myself as that kind of person. But then, as soon as I started like challenging, I was terrible. I couldn't stop. I had no idea what I was doing, and so like I was terrified too because.
Yeah.
Not knowing how to stop, but I feel like that's a really important skill. And so I was like the falling kid on skates when I was 11 and 12. So now, and I'd been to a couple birthday parties, but that was the last time I skated.
Right.
Well, except one time in college, and then I was on rollerblades, and the heel brake had worn down far enough that I couldn't stop myself.
Oh my god.
So I was coming down like a slow incline. On rollerblades and couldn't stop, and people were on the sidewalk, and I was like, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Get out of the way.
Until eventually I just fell on my ass. So
That's so funny.
that sucked.
But you guys, I mean, like, Melissa, you used to do theater, right, with Aral and Rob? And
That's how we were lucky enough to actually get these two on the show. Is Melissa knows us. We realized, we thought it was from high school, but we're old balls, so you were actually in middle school when we graduated.
Oh, man.
And but we did Pinckney Players community theater together.
Nice.
We were all in
Annie.
Were you one of the girls, or were you
One of the boys?
It was one of the boys?
What's the alternative?
or one in between. Gender is fluid, okay? It's a continuum.
I was Duffy, one of the orphans, yeah.
Oh my God, she was. Rob and I were like, I was like the cop.
Rob was Daddy Warbucks, or who were you guys?
Rob was like Grandpa Warbucks. He was. Rob, do you remember who you played?
I have no idea. Just a bit part. We just sang and danced.
Joey, perhaps.
Joey, perhaps.
Joey, perhaps.
Wrong play. I do remember, though. I didn't remember until our Lynn Wilde, the director, who I ran into recently, reminded me that you and I did this like weird leapfrog move.
I just remembered that as well.
In the middle, like as a dance.
What?
We were a dancing team, the two of us. So yeah, so that's how we know Melissa, and that's why when we became Facebook friends and I noticed that you were doing a lot of roller derby, I think I had the same reaction, like, wow, that cute little girl, she's kicking ass now.
Yeah, it's true.
So what's your favorite part of the game? Like, what makes you keep coming back and risking broken spines?
Right.
It's unusual to find a sport where, as a woman, where it's skater run, skater owned. It's obviously something to be proud of.
Yeah.
And, as well as an aggressive outlet. Where
Hell yeah. This is my aggressive outlet.
I just rip on people for fun. Like being able to hit somebody and be like, or get hit and be like, oh yeah, that was a good hit, that hurt, okay,
nice.
And walk away and not, still be friends. Yeah. Like Vanya's handed me my ass before. Many times.
I did notice that a lot of the posts after the championship game between the Ann Arbor Brawlers and the Vixens was very friendly. Like you're all like, the teamwork was super great. You were like, hey, good team. Like even on the Derby Vixens, they gave a shout out to you and.
We did the wobble during the game together.
The
there was a girl who went out for a check with an EMT and. Yeah, they put on the wobble. And, we all
The
just wobbled
Vixens
together.
the Vixens are
That's
like
cool.
our sister team, though. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
we were playing our frenemies. Like we
Oh,
loved them
yeah.
right before the game started. We're all going and hugging them, like, oh, we're so happy. It's gonna be you. It's gonna be you. We love you guys.
Aw.
And then as soon as the whistle blew, it's like, all right, game on.
We're gonna
And
bust
then
your ass.
Yeah. And then
You're
after,
going in the air.
yeah, and then in between, we're like, oh, good hit. Oh, I love you. After the game, we're all hugging. So it's
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
That's
Allow
so
me
cool,
to
ladies.
interrupt for a second. We do have a comment. It's not a question, but Ben Cease is watching.
hi, Pickle.
Hi, Ben. Mega
He has
people.
provided a link of one of Michelle Obama's early highlights of her career.
Oh, cool. We're going to have to check that out.
So you gotta check that out. He also provided the link that you guys were trying to come up with, where you can find the bouts online.
Where you can watch the live stream? Oh, cool.
Yay,
WFD.TV.
Yes.
Oh,
That's it.
thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Pickle.
Thanks, Ben.
Sweet.
Yeah, so if you folks are hanging out with us, you can go look in the Hangout, and right there underneath the goofy box of us talking is those comments.
Yeah, we'll post the link.
We'll post them, yeah. For
To our
those of you
Facebook
watching the podcast or listening to the podcast on iTunes, it'll be on our Facebook page.
So is the season over now, or what's next for the Brawlstars?
We have one more game. Well, no. Wait,
Beer brawl.
We have 3 more games left this year. We have next weekend we take on Border City Brawlers from Ontario, Canada.
Whoa.
And then we have nothing for November. And then December we go to Toledo to take on Glass City Rollers,
Oh, wow.
another one of our sister leagues. And then we all go to Grand Rapids to take on the Grand Raggedy Girls. So,
Is that beer brawl?
yeah, that's a beer brawl.
Oh,
Beer
cool.
brawl.
They give us a bunch
Beer
of
brawl.
beer.
They give us a free beer.
Oh
Nice.
my God.
After we play, they're like, here you go. Here you
There's
go.
Oh,
beer, there's
it's
beer in the
not-
locker
it's
room
not-
waiting for us. We love
Oh, okay. So it's not before the game.
Oh,
No.
God.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
Slightly
You guys aren't all
dangerous,
drunk and just.
it. No.
Yeah, no.
Drunken roller skate sounds like an
It's
awful
bad.
idea. It sounds like an absolutely horrible
More
idea.
broken legs.
Yeah.
All the broken legs.
Broken
Right.
legs, broken tailbones is broke.
So if we have any listeners who are like Chuck and really want to get into it, how do they find a league and sign up?
Yeah.
The easiest thing to do is to, whatever city you're in, is to type in, I'm in Ann Arbor, so I type in Ann Arbor Roller Derby in Google, and it'll automatically take me to the webpage for Ann Arbor Derby Dimes. So if you're in Colorado, just type in Colorado Roller Derby. If you're in specific cities, so Denver Roller Derby, they'll take you to the Denver Roller Dolls and all that stuff. And so it's the easiest way to find out. Check Facebook, ask friends. The odds are somebody somewhere knows somebody who's involved in Derby. It's a
Yeah.
very small world.
It's a
and
fast-growing sport, too.
It's the biggest growing
Yeah.
sport in the entire world. Like Puerto Rico has a team, Canada has a team, Britain, they're going to the national tournament, and it's the first time they're going. So it's
Wow.
somebody everywhere.
Yeah,
knows
Detroit
somebody.
has several teams.
Yeah, Detroit has several teams. So.
Right. So where do you go now? You won the Mitten Kitten. Is there like the next level up that's like regional or like you're like the U.S. champs?
so not yet. So,
U.S. get
getting
your
there.
ass kicked.
Right, yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it is. U.S. has get your ass beat.
Really?
But for us, what we're trying to do is become a full WFTDA certified league. And so for, I guess, Muggle terms, it's the equivalent of being like the
Muggle.
NBA or the MLB or the NHL. So it's the equivalent of being like the pro level of
Professional.
Derby.
Yeah.
Yep. But we still, for right now, we're like the little leagues, and we're trying to like
We're
build
apprentice.
up. Yeah, we're apprentice. We're trying to build up to be the big leagues. So we have to pass a lot of tests and all types of things to be able to do that. So next year we're hoping to maybe go to Division II regionals. So
Hell
that'd be
yeah,
nice.
you're going to. It's gonna be
You're
awesome.
going. You know it.
Let's hope so.
This is so scary.
Right. That's terrifying, actually.
Like those
But-
girls are bigger.
Well,
Yeah, they're scary. They're
They're better
scary.
skaters. They're
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah.
They're harder
Yeah.
to catch. Like
They're more accurate. They're harder hitters. They've been doing it for 8 years or so.
Yeah.
And we
Wow.
haven't played. Like there's one team recently that we didn't beat. Like
Yeah.
we beat them by like 9 points, and then they beat us by like 9
9
points.
points.
I
Yeah.
think.
Holy
So,
cow.
Yeah.
that's Ohio's gang team.
Ohio's B team.
What was your record this season?
I don't know.
I don't know.
More wins and losses, and we took the
Yeah,
championship.
yeah,
we took the
yeah.
trophy.
I think we've only lost 3 or 4 times this entire season.
Whoa, sweet.
Yeah. we've been
Well,
doing pretty-
during the
we've been doing
training
well.
season, Rob and I are local. If you need punching bags.
Water boys.
You can water towel boys.
Actually, for people that are want to be involved in derby that don't necessarily want to skate, we always need referees. We need people who are really good at referee that are really rule savvy, that love to read, that are very strict on discipline. We need referees. We need announcers. We need non-skating officials to track stats, to run inside whiteboards, to keep penalties, to do whatever. So even if you don't want to skate, you can still be involved in roller derby.
Yeah, we need that person to send the people out who get 7 penalties.
Yeah.
You're out of the game.
Yeah, excuse me, but it's time for you to go. Bye.
Like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, we're bad at math, but Chuck, we could be announcers.
Yeah, dude, I could rock some whiteboard.
It's really pretty simple math, guys, if you could handle it.
No, let's not get crazy here.
Giving us too much credit.
Math is hard.
I'm no mathematician.
How often do you guys practice? Or do you practice?
Every freaking day. Every day.
Oh, really?
No.
So we have Sunday through Thursday practices set up. Monday is our B team practice, which are the Ann Arbor Bruisers, the Ann Arbor Bruising Company.
Nice.
Tuesday is our C team practice, the Ypsilanti Vigilantes.
Ypsilanti Vigilantes. That's awesome.
Wednesday is our all league, so we all get together in scrimmage.
And then Thursday,
kick each other's asses.
and Thursday is our A team, the Ann Arbor Brawlstars practice.
Hell yeah.
And then Sunday and Thursday we have our fresh meat, as we like to call them, our newbies are training as well.
And sometimes some off skates.
And sometimes some off skates and conditioning.
And we're also expected to work out outside of that.
Yep.
So each practice is 2 hours long.
Yeah, each practice is 2 hours. Our A team just recently did Insanity together. If not,
wow, that's intense.
So it's all about trying to be an athlete, not just roller derby.
Right. Well, clearly all that working out has paid off because you all are the champions.
Yeah,
the champions.
So, thank you again for being on the show. I feel humbled. I'm like, God, we're the laziest. Like
I'm
even
just
Chuck's running now seems lazy. I'm like, what do you do?
Yeah, but
Put
that's
one foot in front of the other and then take a break and drink some water.
Right.
See, I hate running.
Yeah.
But you can keep that. Chuck.
I can skate all day. Running.
I just look at, it's so awesome. I look at it and I'm like, these are 2 more girls that can kick my ass. Every woman on the planet can beat my ass.
There you go.
Damn it.
Cool. Well,
we got a couple more comments.
Oh, thank you, Rob.
There's still not questions, but Alyssa Barron is watching. Do you know
Hi,
Alyssa
Hey,
Barron?
Alyssa, thank you for watching.
Cruella de Vicious.
Yeah, that's what she
Hi,
said.
Vicious.
Yeah. I don't know what she was talking about. This must have been there's a delay when people are watching live.
Oh, okay.
She says, "Be careful. You don't want to go out there. They're crazy intense on the track." Probably when you're talking about the upper level national teams. Yeah. Then she says,
Vicious. What a
then
great
she
name.
says,
So cool.
bruise, bruise, bruise. What does that mean?
Oh,
That's their B team.
That's the B team's cheer. Bruce.
Arbor Bruising Company.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Company.
We love you, Vicious.
Thank you, Vicious, for watching along.
And thank you everybody else for watching along. And ladies, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks so
Absolutely.
much.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
And we'll put all your information up on our Facebook page. But thank you, Melissa Kunde and Erin Roberts of the Ann Arbor Brawlstars. Awesome.
J.S. Block and Michelle Obama.
Obama!
Love it.
Thank you.
We should come up with our own names.
Yeah.
We should have like
Holding my nuts coming out to get his ass kicked.
Oh, folks. Thanks again for joining us this week.
Yeah, get over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/WestXMidwest, to get info on how to join us on our Google+ Hangouts and information on the Ann Arbor Brawlstars and our ladies that were on our show this evening. Follow and tweet at us on Twitter @West_X_Midwest. How was tweeting this week, Aral?
I think I tweeted once. Sorry. I don't.
Hey, it's more than I did ever.
Oh God.
Email us at westxmidwestpodcast@gmail.com. And you can also watch our show on our YouTube channel. Just search on YouTube West X Midwest. And always subscribe, stream, download, write a review, maybe on iTunes.
On iTunes, we are a legitimate
That's
podcast.
right. You hear that?
It's not just two kids hanging out. Oh, wait, it is.
It is. It's exactly that, and that's all it is. Tell a friend.
Tell a friend. Tell an enemy. Hang out. You know what? Once again, I have to thank the Ann Arbor Brawlstars. Those girls are awesome, and
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still blown away by some of the cool people we get to have on this show.
Yeah.
So,
So if you're not listening every week, then you might miss out.
Yeah, don't think it's just us,
Yeah.
because I wouldn't listen to a podcast with just us either.
But it
But
gets so much better once you fast
once
forward
you
through the
get
first half of the show.
Block and Obama on the show, it's a lot cool. Just skip to the midway point, and you should listen to the show.
Yeah, so do that this week and next week, and we'll see you then. I'm Chuck Ganchorre.
I'm Aral Gribble on behalf of Rob Hubbard. This is being
West!
by Midwest.
See you next week.